Hello everyone, welcome back to a new Sims 4 video. Today we are building with a new stuff pack Nifty Knitting. This is a community voted pack. I decided that I wanted to build a little grandma house. In the first Sims 4 trailer, I think it's one of the first trailers, we met this lady. She has a son, well, I think it's their son, but they don't really have like a relationship. But I think it's their son because they have the same last name. So the son is married to a woman, and so I decided to build this house only for the lady, for Gladys, and not for her son. Because in my save file I have her son just in the game but not in a world. So I kind of feel like I don't need that. We're building in Willow Creek. This is the first kind of house that I'm building in Willow Creek. I decided that I wanted it to be kind of the same style. This house style is called a shotgun, I think. A shotgun has multiple versions. You have a single shotgun and a double shotgun, and this is a single shotgun because a double shotgun is just two houses in one house actually, but we only have one front door, so this makes it a single shotgun. I decided I wanted to go with a more colorful build. I'm trying to go out of my comfort zone with this build, and I think I kind of did good with that. I think I did well. So we're now just trying to figure out what kind of doors I want to use. Since I was kind of looking for the front door that the neighbors have on the other side of the street. It's a pre-made build, but I really like that door. And after thinking, I could have actually expected that was a higher wall than the one wall size. I turned off my camera, went looking what kind of door it was, and then I figured out it was a higher door than the base doors. On the start when I started building this house, I did not have Nifty Knitting yet. I started building this house the day before it came out, and I just left open some spots to fill in with the Nifty Knitting stuff because I kind of knew what was going to be in the game. So my idea for this house was kind of like have this front porch area where I could have the new chair, the rocking chair, for her to sit on and knit. This is one of the pre-made sims in my world. I have a lot of pre-made sims. Soon I will also show you guys the gold house that I rebuilt it. It's already on my gallery. I will link my gallery down below. But I also made the gold house with kind of a twist to it because I prefer the Sims 2 way of the household. So now I'm just trying to finish up the exterior, and then we're gonna start with the interior. Since I try to go out of my comfort zone, I try to work with more color, but I don't think I did that great with it. But as far as a grandma's house goes, I think it's good. So I'm now starting to figure out what I'm going to do with the walls on the inside. I had a hard time finding a door because most of the like small wall doors are not high enough in my opinion. I really like it. You have a few doors, but it's mostly modern doors that have that. Those are kind of like some that are a little bit higher than the other doors. So they are the full small wall height, and I kind of was looking for that, but I don't think they have that in the more classic style door. So we're starting off with this bathroom. They also added the new light, a new spotlight. I always size my lights down anyways. It's the same light as one of the main light sources in the game because it just gives so much light, and I always size that down anyways. So I'm pretty happy that they added it, so I don't need to size down my light anymore. So now we're going to start with the kitchen. I was kind of messing around with the kitchen a bit because I didn't really know what I wanted. I definitely wanted to have something more colorful. So I figured out I wanted to use the Parenthood kitchen, since that one has a lot of nice colored swatches. You see that I'm placing it really light blue here. I'll change it to a little bit darker blue later on, because I feel like the light blue is just, it gives me too much young adult vibes. I first wanted to have the ideal sink in front of the window situation, but later on I figured out that I just wanted to have the stove there. Just in my opinion, that looked better. Since my eco lifestyle build, I think my most recent one, I'm always pretty scared that I forget to place something in the kitchen, because last time I forgot that fridge. I placed that back in the gallery version, so if you would download it, you will have a fridge. I'm trying to make a little bit of a separation for the kitchen, and I decided that this one was really nice. Also trying to figure out that the base game doesn't really have a nice pillar that looks a little bit more classic and is not that full. And it's a little bit fuller than the one from Get Together, because the Get Together one kind of clipped with a window that I put it in there. So I figured out that I wanted to use this color instead. So now we're going really out of my comfort zone. We're going to put some glitter in the kitchen. Not really my thing, honestly, but I think after all that it looks pretty great. You see that I changed the swatch of the cactuses from university that are on the fridge to a more muted swatch. This is purely just me being myself. I always try to make things muted because I like the loud colors in the game, and I really think it's important that I start fixing the I really need to start working on my color schemes, because I always use my muted colors and I know that not a lot of people like that. And if I keep building builds in different types of worlds that are all the same type of color pattern with like muted colors in it, I don't think people will like it that much. I think it's more people will love my builds if I have more variety in styles. So there is actually some builds coming that are really more focused on the classic style interior instead of the modern ones. So keep an eye out for that. Now I'm trying to fix a living room. You can see that I once again didn't place a floor or a wallpaper first, because I always start with my furniture. I really don't like building in The Sims and just putting wallpaper and shit, because I put wallpapers first. I don't know what if it matches. It isn't like I will start matching stuff up to it, and then I'm not that satisfied with my interior after all. So I was really messing around with the living room type situation that I wanted. I didn't really want to not have a living room, but eventually I went with like this cute cozy chair in front of the fireplace, where she could knit in front of the fireplace. There's a little TV up there, so she can watch some TV while knitting. Some of the stuff that I place now, like decorational objects and stuff, I will replace later, since I will add a cat to this family later on, and the Nifty Knitting bag will get added to my game, so I will change some decoration to the more Nifty Knitting style furniture. Little side note, I always start building houses with my friends, so sometimes my friends are in the background watching how I build houses, because one of my friends really loves it when I build something, because she admires it how fast I can create some builds. She's one of those simmers that always needs a story behind placements. Like when she builds something, she always is like, oh, I placed that there because of that, I placed that there because of that, and that takes way more time than just being able to place stuff. So she always loves watching me, because she can watch me build a lot of builds. So sometimes I don't know what to do with like corners of stuff, and then she's like, oh, but this item is in the game, because she knows a lot more about some items that I would never use. She has more like a vision on the classic style items. A bit is bad. I was trying to figure out how it was working exactly, because I wasn't really sure about it. Like the nightstands didn't match up with it, and then I looked in the completed room area in build mode, and there was this bed and this bed only had like side tables that were really like weathered and old, and I didn't really like that, so I chose something different that didn't match the set, just because I didn't like it. Okay, so I think we're going to Nifty Knitting now. You see there's a cat, a bowl, place a cat tree, off camera. Nifty Knitting is in the game right now. I changed the plants on the fridge again to a more colorful color, because I wanted to match the Nifty Knitting stuff. After this build, I also disabled the weather in my game, so from now on it can't rain anymore in my game. So when I'm building, you don't have the rain in the screen. I think it's kind of annoying. So I make this little Nifty Knitting corner in the house, so she can like fulfill her knitting dreams and a little more of decoration in her house, because it's also colorful. So we're now working on the outside area. I really want to have a nice table where she could sit with her son if she wanted. Or maybe potential lover. I know she has her eye on a younger guy, but yeah, I don't see it working out because the younger guy also has a girlfriend. I don't know his name anymore, but he is in one of the trailers of Get to Work, I think. She has a crush on that dude, but he's way younger than she is, so I think she knows it's coming that he's not gonna accept her love proposal anyways. So I would like to match her up with like a more of age person. I had some plans just because I wanted her to be able to have her own garden, so she could get her own vegetables and that kind of stuff, because I think once you're on the age of being able to stop working and just relax your final days, you just want to have some hobbies to do. So this is kind of the house finished. You see our old lady knitting a little bit, and hope you guys like it.